What's up guys, Ronaldo here and welcome. Today I am on the test server and I want to see, did they butcher our boy Boreas? How strong are the nerfs? How is Boreas getting impacted by these nerfs? And also, how does he compare now to Comet? And that's a good thing. Some of you might remember I did a Boreas versus Comet DPS showdown. So I know the exact numbers between these two, how they line up before the Boreas nerfs. And now here on the test server after the Boreas nerfs, we can take a look here at how do these guys line up in comparison now that Boreas has been nerfed. And what I would like to know the most from you guys is, what do you guys think about this action from Monton, about them nerfing Boreas? What is your opinion? I'm gonna state my opinion by the end of the video after I did my testing, but what's way more interesting is to know, what would you guys think? What do you guys think about this nerf that is gonna come to Boreas? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Let me know down in the comments. But now, before we get into the testing itself, let's just take a look at all the nerfs, buffs and adjustments they did, because there is quite a lot of adjustments that they have been doing here for Boreas. First up, his ultimate has a few different adjustments. So first up, his ult damage went from 250% at max skill up, right, to 175%, and it went from 30 seconds to 25 seconds, and in exchange for it, the cost went from 1300 to 1000. So there's already quite a lot of different things going on here. And the ult damage overall getting reduced by a large margin. That's the first thing. Then the other thing, right? The ult damage gets reduced, the duration gets reduced, but also in return you get a lower skill cost. Then the other thing that you have here is the change on his passives. So his passives is where his damage comes from, right? And before that, he had a anti-healing of 3 seconds. Now it's 4 seconds from chilling blow. So they buffed the chilling blow anti-healing for 1 second. But in return for that, and that's gonna be the main thing, you mainly didn't use him for the anti-healing, right? In return for that, the freeze damage, the extra damage that you deal, went from at max skill ups. I'm always talking here about max skill ups, guys. From at max skill ups to from 40% extra damage to from 55% extra damage to 40% extra damage. So another quite percentage wise quite big nerf here. And then we have the frozen purification, the thing that really like wiped everything out of the map, also getting adjusted as well. And that is that the damage is getting reduced from 200% at max skill ups to 180%. On average, the from 20 seconds, before it needed 20 seconds to trigger, now it triggers once every 15 seconds. So the cooldown got reduced as well. But during the ultimate, it goes down to 6 seconds, and that's the big thing. This is when the frozen purification really hits hard, right, during the ultimate. And the thing is, before the nerf, it also went down to 6 seconds. So in that aspect, it mainly just got these 15 seconds change isn't really relevant. It's mainly the damage that is relevant, that it got lowered, and the damage here during the ult that got lowered as well, and here the damage that got lowered. These are the main things that got lowered. The things that got got hired basically, or buffed, are the anti-healing. The cost got lowered as well, so this is a buff as well, and the average of 15 seconds buff. But of course it's mainly a nerf. It seems to be quite significant from reading these numbers. Like these numbers, see, these are not a joke. These are not a joke. I hope he's still strong. And yeah, I'm gonna test it out right now. Let's see how he performs now compared to Comet. Alright, so this is gonna be our lineup, and let's see the initial burst window of the two. How are these two gonna compare? and line up against one another. So we're gonna do it the same way as always. Comet placement into Boreas placement. This way Boreas gets his ult. There you go. And now, as you can see, with the new update, his ult is ready immediately. That's actually a big thing. That's actually quite a big thing. And now we need to give Invic buff here to our boy Boreas immediately. There we go. He got the Invic buff. And now let's see the initial burst window. How are they gonna line up in the initial burst window? So this was the burst window from the two of them. And in terms of damage, you can see, guys, in terms of damage in the initial burst window, they are pretty much on par with one another. This is basically the same as pre-nerfs. So in terms of initial burst window, the change has not affected Boreas that much yet. Yeah, it's actually interesting. I thought it's gonna be quite a lead for Comet here. I thought it's gonna be quite a lead for Comet. But now let's go into a full run and see how much damage Boreas does and how much Comet does during a full Gear Raid 1 run. So we place Comet. Started off the same way as usual. Place these guys like that. There we go. Get their ults up as soon as possible again. And these two guys, like, they make quick work of that first wave, of course. Of course they do. Now we're gonna use our Rage Regen comp here for Gear Raid 1 as well. Get rid of her. Gonna place her down. Get her with her. Use our ultis here. Get the rage going again. Now Comet. There we go. That's already after ults back up. They easily wipe out these waves, of course, because they are still the two big guys here in terms of DPS, in terms of AoE. They are still unmatched, of course. And now next wave is coming in, but we will wait for them to be a bit closer. And now we're gonna pop the ults. That's a clean wipe right there. That's a clean wipe right there so far. Absolutely ridiculous. Now these two take care of this. It is absolutely ridiculous. Holy. They be rinsing these waves down. Now our healer is down. We repeat, our attack buffer is down. Emergency. Emergency. Will it matter though? Will it matter? I don't think so. I don't think so. As they keep on killing even without a Dolores. Even without a Dolores. Now Dolores back up and they will just finish the job here. And now get rid of the boss. One last time. We're gonna have to ult. Get them ults back up. Pop them again. And that's the fight done. Now let's see the damage comparison. I'm really interested. Let's see, let's see. All right. Shortest clearing rate, yeah. What's that? We don't need that. Let's take a look here. Oi, that's rough. That is rough. They butchered my boy. I can show you guys this Comet back on top, question mark. I mean, it would make sense to be well balanced for Comet to be above Boreas in terms of damage, because Boreas has more range. He provides freeze and anti-healing. That's quite a significant change. I can show you a screenshot real quick of my previous DPS rundown. There you can see Boreas absolutely gapped Comet, but now did they butcher our boy Boreas, guys? Did they butcher our boy Boreas? I mean, I don't have him, but still. Okay. Alright, guys. I'll swap the gear, do the whole run again, and I'll be back with the results. So I'll swap Comets and Boreas' gear. Maybe it's the gear. Alright, now let's take a look. It in fact was not the gear. It was not the gear at all. Okay. Oh yeah. It in fact was not the gear. Interesting. Now I'll leave it like that, standing. I'll leave it like that, standing, guys. There's one last thing I need to do here to confirm exactly what's going on. And for that, I will need to place these LEDs like that. Now they both have ult. We're gonna test their single target DPS window. It sounds stupid, but I tested that in my test run as well, and I want to see how they match up now compared to before. So single target DPS window until first shield, which is now. Let's take a look here. Okay. So quite. Yeah, you definitely can see the nerfs. You can definitely see the nerfs. So here, even here, it should be Comet favored because Comet has such a strong multiplier on his ult, and Boreas doesn't get the reach benefits and stuff. Boreas pre-nerf won this battle. I can show you screenshots again of my DPS showdown I did back then. And now Boreas loses out in terms of damage to Comet slightly. Overall, he's still gonna be the best mage in the game. But he got quite some nerfs. Putting all emotions aside, from the nerfs, you can clearly see these nerfs have had quite some impact. But even with these nerfs, he is still the best mage in the game. He is now as he should have been during the release. Yeah, I think now he's really good. He's still the best mage in the game because he pretty much is on the same par as Comet now. He provides a lot of utility though. He provides freezes, right? That Comet does not provide. He has a lower ult cost, a longer ult duration still, and of course he now has his ult immediately quicker up as well, which is a big factor. In certain areas that will be actually a positive. But the ult duration went down, of course, the damage went down, and yeah, he is how he should have been during a release now. I think he is Yeah, I went in with this in a negative way, honestly, because I don't like when they nerf a character. Um, but he's not weak. Don't get me wrong. He's still the strongest mage in the game. He lost out on some damage. He lost out on some range. If they should have done the nerf or not, let me know what you guys think about it. This is Boreas how he is now. He is significantly weaker than before. He is still the strongest mage though. So if you pulled him, it's not like you're gonna be like, damn, I I specifically pulled for him and now he's nerfed. It's not like that. He is still the strongest mage. He still easily gets the job done in Gear 1, Stage 21, everywhere where you want to use him, just like together with Comet. Alright, now that we finished the testing, I finished a while ago now with the testing, and I can tell you guys, like I said before, he is still super strong and the way he should have been during a release. But here's the big thing, because here's my opinion, because he was so broken during the release. Many people spent for him, because they wanted broken. Of course, that was the same for me. I didn't spend, but I had diamonds that I used on the Boreas banner. I didn't get him, but I spent for Boreas to try to get him, because after I did my testing and I did my video on Boreas, you have to imagine, I did a video on Boreas during the Boreas banner, right? During Christmas I still uploaded that video and it had over 10,000 views. So over 10,000 people watched that video, and at least some of them, just like me, were so flabbergasted at how strong he is that they might have put in some money in, right? Because they wanted something exceptional. And now, while he is fair, while he is balanced, I think people that spent the money, they don't want him to be balanced, because quite frankly, if he would just be a new Comet, they might not have pulled, right? So I think they should still have him superior, like superior being, even though he is good now. I think give him a bit more damage here on that Eternal Ice Haven during his ultimate, get his number a bit more up, and then I think it's good. I think the rest of the nerfs are fine. Just give him a bit more damage so he still takes Comet in terms of damage and is a clear-cut number one, because that's what he was sold for, right? That was his main selling point, and his selling point should be the same. That's kind of my opinion about it. At first I was like, actually it's really good how they did it. Like at the beginning I was like, that's really bad, because the nerfs read so strong, like so many nerfs. Then I did the testing. I was like, okay, actually he is still the best mage, but Comet is pretty much the same, just not as much utility and range, right? So he is still the best mage, so he's perfect now. But the thing is, he's not supposed to be balanced. That's not what people pulled for, which is why, in my opinion, maybe you should just tweak the numbers again a bit, have him having a bit broken. That's my opinion. Even though I don't have him, that's what I think. But what I want to know now is, what do you guys think? Now that you've seen the numbers, now that you've seen the comparison from before and after, what do you guys think? If you want to see more content, of course, subscribe, because that will increase your summoning luck. Other than that, I'm Ronaldo and I'm out. Peace.